Team's alright with me. Dream Team's alright. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Roy. I coach Destroy. This is Warnie.
Coach of the Warn Dogs.
This is
Coach
Calvin.
of the Calvin Owners, and I've noticed something.
And I do this every
Someone
time.
needs to get their vesticles out.
Look at him.
Right. Sorry. You guys
Well,
need it.
he really hates it,
He
doesn't
does.
he?
The
I'm just not very good at it.
workwearhub.com.au vest. It is the
It's
greatest
getting-
vest.
It is. And it's getting disrespected.
Oh, look at him, pretending not even how to put it on.
Just quietly, I think I've overtaken Roy.
Well, I have
I
gone
must
on
be
a bit of
getting.
a
I
drought.
need to have a look. I need to look at the
I highly
stats.
doubt it. I owned it early.
Would be
but
pretty close.
I,
Just-
you
that
know,
out.
I have
Can
been
I
avoiding
just
it.
help him? Jesus Christ, this is embarrassing. Look, there you go.
They go
Not
to
your
the
bloody
trouble of
mother.
giving us a nice vest, so it's
Yeah.
not quite as bad to put on. Warn Dog.
How did you
Yeah,
go?
well,
Why
how
have you
did
got
I-
it? Why have
how
you got
did
it
I
on?
go?
Let's
Well,
go around the ground.
Because I didn't score as much as you guys. Now that's because I didn't even crack 2,000. 1974 was a pretty average
Warn Dog.
score for the week. So yeah, that's where I was. I've got nothing really to say apart from you guys had Swan as captain as well though,
Oh,
so I
we
can't
did,
blame
yeah.
that. What I probably can put it down to, I probably lost 70 points from old mate
Watch it.
going with. I'm trying to think. Oh, Selwood. Selwood probably lost
Oh,
me.
that hurt you.
That was probably 70 points really what I missed out on there because of Crowley. Yeah, and just a whole lot of other rubbish. But that's
Well, you must
basically
have
it.
because your team has been consistently scoring well all year. That was a big drop off,
Yep.
wasn't
Yep.
it? Sorry to rub it in.
Calvin. Calvin.
Slowly chipping away, clawing my way back in there like the fighter I am, Roy. Yeah, so I scored pretty well this week. Not as good as you, though. How'd you go?
Yeah, I went well. I've been on a good run lately. A couple of my, borderline uniques have really stepped up. And this week, the Ryan Griffin is in attack
Do you
dog mode.
consider
and-
yourself slightly lucky?
with
Come
attack
on.
dogs?
Yes.
Tell the story.
Very lucky with attack dogs. Okay, this was amazing. We had our live show last Thursday, so it was a pretty big Thursday night.
Yep.
And by Friday afternoon, I was pretty knackered, laying on the couch with the old laptop. Better update the teams.
Bit
A
hung.
little bit hung. Anyway, so I've gone, who's scoring well at the moment? Who's got a big projected? I'll just have a look at what they look like.
Yeah.
So I got old Gibbs in. I was always going to do that.
Yes.
Got Gibbs in. And then that left me enough money to get Ryan Griffin, who is in attack dog mode.
Yes.
So I put him in just to have a look, message the boys and say, guys, I've just put attack dog in. Is this stupid? Calvin,
I said I would advise against it.
I'm sorry, but yes, it is stupid.
Yes.
Warn Dog, what did you say?
I thought it wasn't a bad call, really.
Yeah,
Like
and-
it's for a sideways trade for a week
Yeah.
or two.
Yeah, definitely.
Everything added up. Like his break even was low
Yeah.
enough to actually not miss out if,
Yeah.
if you were to get Barlow back this week
Yeah,
for
yeah.
him. Yeah.
So, it was like when Warnie answers like that, I'm like, I do need to give it a bit extra thought. So I thought, I'll reverse trade
Yeah.
and have a look at someone else. Next minute.
Can't do it.
No reverse trades. I completely forgot. It was the biggest brain fade ever.
Yeah.
So it was locked and loaded. I had a quick sweat and then I was like, Attack Dogs is in good form and he played Melbourne.
Didn't
That's
he?
what maintained my sanity, I think. The fact that he had that easy game. If it had been
Yeah.
someone really good,
136, Roy.
yeah, he was brilliant. He's a reason I went quite well and, covered Swan's pathetic.
He actually
captain score.
could have. Well, I reckon he would have got your vote in the Golden Stubby. But
Oh,
the
mate,
winner was
without a
Dean
doubt.
Turlick again, looking bloody fantastic
Isn't
in
he?
our back line.
Rookie of the year.
He's getting close.
Jesus.
Position. The
As a
position
back
he
liner.
is in.
As good as
The voting for
O'Meara
Rookie
is,
of the Year this year is going to be huge.
because we're
Yeah.
not going to leave O'Meara on our ground. Turlick.
Well, at the moment, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And 2 games under Neil Craig, 2 big hundreds
Yep.
where he has racked up a lot of possessions. What's Neil Craig saying to him? Get your hands on the pill, Dean.
Do what you want, mate.
Isn't he?
Yep.
It's bloody brilliant. Do you know who's unlucky to miss out? Oliver Wines.
Yeah. That was a massive effort.
He
Started
played-
with this thing on.
50-something% game time.
Yep.
Really? Is that what it was?
Yeah, and
wow.
it racked up a big 100.
That's what he does.
If you've held him this long, you would have seen him get the vest and go, I knew I should have traded him.
Yeah.
And then bang!
All right. Speaking of green vests, yes, I'm wearing that. And yes, Rumbles has been added
Rumbles!
again.
Yes.
Even though Calvin called him a moron last week.
Oh,
Because I'm getting frustrated, dog. I love the bloke this week.
So his lookalike, now this isn't really the lookalike, but this is setting up the lookalike. Oh, did you see when Shane Warne tweeted
Shane.
this picture?
Yes, I did.
He Instagrammed
Did you
it.
see what his daughter wrote back to him?
No.
Take that off, Dad.
So anyway,
awesome.
Rumballs has done the Warn Dog treatment on that one.
Oh,
So,
hello. That's
with
hot.
a bit of a
Yeah.
green vest, but it's probably something more that I've seen out of your cupboard there,
Don't.
Alvin.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Me?
You'd have a little mesh vest like
I
that.
don't have a see-through 90 like you.
I tell you what, not enough chest hair there.
No, certainly not enough. Not enough at all. All right. While we're talking about Workwear Hub, they are fantastic sponsors to us. Last week we ran a competition. You could win a pair of Blunstons to wear, the nice soft toe ones.
Soft as.
And we have,
Soft as.
had our soft as competition where you had to name up one of your players who is soft as something else. And the winner was this one here. It is Joe Watson is as soft as Brent Harvey. Mummy, they booed me. Mummy, he pinched me. There we go. What a great entry there.
Great.
I'll tell you what.
Jason.
Do you get a pair of boots for that wicked
you
voice?
You must get something for that.
It was a pretty
Your
good voice.
voiceover was
You could
amazing.
be on like the next Shrek or something.
Can you do that again?
As Shrek.
How'd you do that?
In the green.
He's good at that,
Just
isn't
yes, Princess Fiona.
Yeah, yeah.
he? Yeah, you're really good at that one.
Thanks, dickheads.
Kicking off with my boys. Who? Me Blue Boys. Yeah, no, so the
Friday
actual
night.
team. Friday night. What a
Blockbuster.
blockbuster.
Geez, there's some good ones.
I'll tell you what, Blue Boys, they're struggling here and they are coming up against the Pies. It's going to be a massive game.
They're favourites. Colton are favourites.
Do you want to know why?
Tell me, Roy.
Two big inclusions here.
Whoa.
Carazzo. Bad news for the likes of Scotty Pendlebury, I reckon.
Yeah, big time.
Mark Murphy's also back in from his
Yeah.
busted face.
That's
interesting.
surprising.
Now, in
What, he
2
missed
weeks,
one game?
in 2 weeks, will we not be in a position where we can do a luxury trade and
Hello.
put him on the bench as a luxury
Nice.
bench
You
cover?
might even be
Wouldn't
able to
that be
straight
nice?
swap him for Tom Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or make some money out of it, possibly.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, very interesting that's going to be. And it's a whole new thing, really, this year.
Just before we
isn't
go any further, Carrots tagged Pendles in round 2 of this year.
Yeah.
Pendles 108.
it? Okay.
So
Oh,
he
okay.
still might get it done.
He still might.
Just saying.
Scotland is out. He has been in horrible form.
Yeah.
More than anything, this
Kicking.
is probably a good excuse for people to trade. They've probably been wanting this excuse
They
For
do.
sure.
to trade. So for the Pies, nothing really. Martin's out though. Kyle Martin.
Yep.
Yeah, gone. I don't know.
That's-
I guess the big
So-
news
It's probably
there,
time to trade him anyway.
a couple though, like Beams, he's back in the VFL.
Yeah, well, we
along
trained
with,
this
is
week.
it Tuvey or C? It must be Tuvey.
Tuvey, I think, was close.
So
yeah.
the boy that we started with, that we wanted a 120
Gold
from
sack,
every
maybe.
game, I think it was Gold
Gold
Sack,
sack, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's back. He's in the VFL.
Well,
he's
I'm
kicking
going to
around
keep my
again.
eye on him because I
Big time.
rearranged my team a lot to get that guy.
And
in.
I'll rearrange it.
Is
to
he
get
the
him
most
back.
expensive player in the competition
Yes,
at the
he
moment?
is.
I think he is. So
$5.99,
you're
I
going to
think
have
he
to
is.
wait a little while for him to drop down a little bit, the way the magic number works.
Yep.
So could be a finals X factor.
Be nice.
Could well
Yeah.
be. Giants versus Dogs. Reece Palmer's back in. Now, the only reason I find that interesting is because he has been doing a fair bit of tagging for them.
Yes, he has,
lately,
Roy.
so keep an eye on that. Green is out, like he was out of my team earlier this year.
What's
For
wrong
the-
with him? Just rested?
Oh, I'm not sure. He's been actually playing okay.
He has been good.
Yeah, so we'll call it okay.
Okay.
And he's out. For the Dogs, Goods is back in. For some people that held him, I held him as that link.
Did
Yeah.
you just, you
Yeah,
sneaky
so
little
I've still
bugger.
got him. He's a handy little emergency for me
Definitely.
now.
And if he did sit there, you could just
Yeah.
sit him for the season.
Yeah, and I probably will. Boydie.
Oh,
You're Boyd.
I got him Barlow.
Yeah.
Broke his face. Next week, Boyd broke his face.
Yeah,
I'd hate
well-
to be the next guy in my team.
I will raise you a Murphy because some guy tweeted me, Murphy busted face, and then he went on that.
And if you actually do
avalanche.
want to
Trifecta.
Yeah.
put another one into it, Jackson Thurlow, our boy, he busted his face in the
Thurls.
VFL last week. So
Stay away from him. Who
Yeah.
did
Who
that,
did
to,
that
him?
to him? Dirty bastard.
not good.
Anyway, so Boyd, he's been so good. He was
Yeah.
a risk. This isn't an old man injury, unless I think, like you might have said to me, he pulled his calf and fell on his face or something like that. But so Boyd is out. It's terrific.
Calf related.
Yeah, not sure what I'll do with him yet. Roos versus Tigers. Nothing interesting except Vlosten's back in.
That's good.
He is.
Another one I held. What do you guys do with him?
He's my cover.
Yeah, he's on my pine.
So he's another little link guy there that
Yeah.
he could sit there. He's got 100-point potential. So he's
Definitely.
a nice one just to sit on the bench until they become the Murphys in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
The luxury Murphys.
Be nice. Brisbane and the Suns. Mays is in. Doherty. Black is out. Now, Black's out being relevant because you're like, oh, maybe there's more time in the midfield for our boy Rocky, who we'll talk about a bit later on.
Well, we might even talk to him in a sec.
Well, we'll do it probably after this game, dog. You reckon?
I reckon
And
that's
Yeah, do it then.
So, Blackie is out, and that should free up Rocky for more midfield time, shouldn't it?
You think so? It's logical.
You would think so.
But-
And as for the Suns, there's nothing relevant, but...
Oh, don't say it.
This is the drama of the week.
Oh,
This is Calvin and his drama-astic best. Look,
Calvin
what's
going,
this?
how can I
What's
make
this?
a top 5?
Feel that?
Oh, it's not.
How can
It's
I
not.
make a top 5?
It's Reigns in. Reigns is
Oh,
in.
no.
He has been out for 2 weeks. He has not been injured. He's been out omitted. Can't make the team.
Has that changed things?
Gary Ablett turns up at the Gabba, and they're like, Reigns, in you come, bro.
We're hearing that you are, well, we read that you didn't actually release a top 5,
No,
Calvin.
I didn't release top
Due
5.
to this. We'll hear about
Well,
that later.
and do you know what? Like, I walk in tonight and I'm like, Calvin, who gives a shit
Yeah.
if his name
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah,
matter?
I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
now I'm panicking. I'm panicked because you talked to me about this issue.
I'll talk more about it later.
Calvin's Cats will be up later.
Oh.
Anything else in this game, Calvin?
There's nothing else this game, but I reckon we check out what Rocky had to say when we spoke to him down at Aurora Stadium earlier on.
He's my boy. Righto, we're lucky enough to be here with DT Talk's favourite, Tom Rockcliffe. You know you've all got him in your side. He's the best DPP going around. Rocky, welcome to the show, mate.
Thanks for having me again, boys.
You know we love it. Now, how you going? How you going with it, Rocky? You've got a big game in Lonnie this week. How are you feeling leading in?
Yeah, massive game for the footy club. The way we finished off last week was huge, and if we can do that again, we'll give it a fair shake down here.
Yeah, some concerns though, Rocky. We're watching you train, running around there. Well, you weren't really running around. You were sitting inside the forward 50 having a few shots at goal. What can't mean good things for us as dream team coaches.
Well, you know I can't tell you where I'm playing, but you can make what you want out of it.
The lockout's over, so we can't change anything at the moment.
Now, the deal is, Rocky, about a month ago versus West Coast, you played through the guts and absolutely racked up. You had over 30 touches, about 130 Dream Team points, and we went, yeah, Vossi switched back on. You know, he knows what's happening. Then the next month after that, you know, you've sat forward. What I'm thinking is maybe you could start shanking a few kicks up there so he doesn't want to put you there anymore.
Well, I'm not kicking goals either, so you might have to, I don't know where he is, you might have to talk to him about it and try and sneak me in there.
Well, I'm hoping he does a press conference because I'm going to hijack it and just throw it out there if he does.
Hey, so right now the Lions have been going all right for us for Dream Team. There's been plenty of players out there that we've had in the teams. Pierce Hanley's one that I picked up a couple of weeks ago. Now his numbers were great in the first half of the year, and why's he been dropping off? He spent a little bit of time up forward with you.
Yeah, he's joined me at half forward, so I don't know whether Vossi's got a Dream Team or not, but me and Pierce, have been playing across half forward, so that's just the role that we've been filling for the team, and it is a difficult position because it gets kicked over your head a bit, so you get bypassed, but that's the way it goes, and we've been playing some good footy. So
yeah, and looking at some bargains though, your mate Redo, he's starting to hit form. Do you think he'd be a good pick up now?
Yeah, again, he's always solid. Like he gets high tackle numbers every week, and he still finds a footy. So he's well worth putting in your team, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, a few of you big dogs that we have in our team, like yourself and Zorko, even Redo, all the numbers are slightly down on last year. I've worked out the common denominator, Maloney. How are we going to get rid of Maloney?
His numbers have been good.
We're going to have to put him back in the twos, aren't we?
We're going to have to do something because, yeah, his numbers have been good, and well done to all you people that picked him. I thought he was a bit overrated, but he's racking up and he's taking everyone else's ball.
He needs to share it, doesn't he?
He does. And what advice could you give to Maloney?
Well, I told him last week, I said, you got to handball more. I think he kicked a couple in the last quarter, but he tried to kick a check side and hit the post, and I give it to him. And so hopefully this week he handballs a bit more and gets us in the play.
It would be nice.
If he shares the ball.
No, nice. All right. Now, Rocky, I've got a lot of tweets this week saying that, we're going off to see the Lions, and people said, what are you going to do about Roy and his man love for Rocky? Like, how are we going to, do you need to get a restraining order? Do you need a bit of hand?
We can do? I don't know. I don't know if there's anything.
So you're embracing it?
I'm embracing it.
Thanks, Rocky. Well, that's probably a wrap. What do you want to do, mate?
Do you want to get out of here?
Yeah, come on.
Suddenly appear every time you want it.
Thanks, Rockwiz. I'll tell you what, I have not washed my forehead. It's getting hot in here. Thanks for doing that though, Rocky. I was trying to tell people it's not just it's mutual love. It's mutual love.
No, so all those people that did tweet him, because there were a few.
There were
Is there a
a
need
few.
for a restraining order? Not at all.
No way.
What did you get up to afterwards?
Oh, well, what's this PG?
Next
rated?
game, Geelong and Hawthorn. Now for Geelong, there's actually no change for the Cats.
Isn't there?
0 changes.
Good.
And for Hawthorn, Rioli is in. And the other one there of interest is Max Bailey's in. So maybe I thought maybe Roughhead, less responsibilities in the mid. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
For Adelaide and West Coast, nothing relevant except for the fact that Lysett, did I say that right?
Yeah, close enough.
He's named as an emergency, and apparently he has flown.
Yeah, along with that Wilson too.
So there's big question marks
Wow.
over Cox or Nick Nat. Watch this
We've
space.
heard nothing apart from a few people just getting a little bit excited.
A little bit
on
excited. Oh, he's flown, so therefore someone's injured. Well, he's probably flown because he's got family there. I don't know. So I don't know. Dog team.
Oh, hello. We're into Sunday games. All right. Melbourne and Sydney's the first game there. And the real big one for Melbourne is your boys back, Calvin. And my former boy, never again list,
Which
Jack
one?
Grimes.
Grimesy!
Now, did you, true or false, did you get Jack Grimes in for that week? Or did you have him
No,
from the
I
start?
started.
started
He was a keeper from the
It
start.
was him or
Right,
Heppel.
And then he had like a...
He averaged 92 last year, and Heppel averaged 90, and I thought, oh, maybe give it more time. He'll
Bit
be
of
right.
point of difference.
Yeah, I'll try to be a bit different.
Then he busted his shoulder.
Yep.
And what did he do?
Oh.
10 or something?
You were
like that?
unlucky because it's not like Grimesy to get injured.
But because he's got that poor score, put him on that watch list. I'm considering it.
Oh, you're just a downright idiot.
It's
Anyway,
actually very funny.
I tried to stop myself
I
from
know.
using many words
you
there.
did. I saw him. I could read him in your eyes.
You can't get him in, trust
You'd
me.
be doing it for Turlick or someone, wouldn't you?
yeah, possibly.
Like at this
Would you
stage,
do
you
it?
cannot justify it.
No, you wouldn't do it.
But yeah, he might be one of those
Who
luxury
knows? He's averaged 90 last
luxury
year.
cover.
92. On the bench. Put him on your bench then.
Yeah. Interesting.
Anyway, so that's the one there. Clisby is in, who is the boy of the week that everyone's all up and about. Sydney, Mumford is back. He's in straight into the ruck there, so he's there. And he's got Rock and Kieran Jack on the ball with him. Two guys that are probably worth thinking about in this Melbourne game. We might even hear from Calvin Hanna later on about that.
Wow. Really?
Getting excited.
All right.
Getting excited.
Tom Mitchell is on the extended bench.
Surely
Is there
nothing
anything
to
to
worry
worry
about.
Wait, this can't be a concern, can it?
He will definitely play. I can see why some people are saying vest concerns.
Oh, he plays Melbourne. Good chance to rest him.
It's also a good chance to let the kid rack up.
Yeah.
And, oh no, I'm convinced now.
Oh, here we
This
go.
game is at the MCG, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes.
Where's the grand final played?
MCG.
They want him to play
He
there.
needs
the
to have
MCG.
some games there. Every chance. I might put the C on him.
All right. So
Safe.
being Sunday games, it is extended benches. Check them on Friday afternoon to see that
Sorry.
they are right.
Sorry, Captain.
Old
Barrett,
Craig
go.
Bird. Craig Bird is there as well on the extended bench, and he is a little player of interest at the moment.
He is.
Great form recently. Under 400 grand, you can get him as a mid forward. So,
Have you read my assistant coach article this week, have you?
no, I haven't.
Well, you should, because there's a little bit on there.
Well,
You
get
should
your
have, because
assistant
you'd be the
coach.
first one that would have read it. Would have, from Tish.
And
Oh,
you also
right.
wouldn't be wearing those green vests around if you
Nah.
did read them.
Anyway, moving into the middle game of the week of the Sunday afternoon, and that is Fremantle and St Kilda. Big names back for Freo. You'd be pretty happy if you're a Freo supporter seeing Sandilands, Pavlich, and Barlow as ins for your
Wouldn't
team.
you?
So Sandy could come into calculations later on after his price drops a little bit because he is the most expensive ruck.
Yeah.
Might change some things for old Clark.
Yeah.
Some people have got excited
If
about
you've
him.
got
have.
him, it's probably time to start thinking.
What you're going to do there.
Yeah.
And Barlow is back, which is handy. Good for those that held him, those that traded him. Look to get him back in this week
Big
as
time.
well. And the outs there, old Duffield, he's out with a calf. He hurt that last
Duff
week.
man.
2 weeks it sounds like he'll be out for, so it would be worthy trade. Work out what's the best thing for you to do there. And that Hanneth, obviously, he's out omitted because he's the ruck and a few people were playing him.
Say his name for me.
Hanneth?
You say it.
Hanneth. Oh, you're teasing me again, aren't you?
All right, St Kilda. Big out there is Nick Rewalt.
That's
out
huge.
For soreness, because he has been in great form,
Yep.
and even people have looked. people did the Stevie J sideways to get in Nick Rewalt
They did.
as well. So
Did they?
Yeah, because he's got a pretty good run apparently.
Right.
So they did that. That Jimmy Webster's out as well. Cozzy was out Saunders as well, which means that Tom Lee comes in. So he's been a bit of a failure as a forward rookie. But I know there are a few people that are floating him on their benches still. Yeah, so interesting. In the last game of the round, there's not much to see for Essendon and Port, apart from old Hepties on the ball, and also Hamish Hartlett is on the ball, who has returned a little bit to form.
He has.
He has. So he is still a consideration for the back line. Would you consider ever getting him back again?
Do you know what? I'm nearly to the point of considering recommending him to people. Personally, we have just cut ties completely. I can never go back to that.
Yeah.
However, I'm a professional. I like to
You are a
help people
professional,
out.
yes.
If I think he is back, I will definitely consider recommending him again.
Consider recommending.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm not going to go over the top. It was some bad times we went through.
That's great maturity.
Back-to-back 30s. You don't just come back from that, do you?
Well, Burgoyne's gone back-to-back 40s.
And he survived for me. He will survive too.
Willie this week.
He doesn't get emergencies for me. That's my next message. He's further down the line now. I know. That's how bad he is.
Let's not talk about these crap players. Let's
No.
try to find some
Sounds
good
good.
players, because
Sounds good.
Calvin, you've got a bit of work to do. Arr.
No, I'm nervous
Now,
pirate dog.
this is probably going to be. We talk about the
World
most read
exclusive.
article. The most read article. This needs to be the most watched segment, because
Definitely.
for the first time ever,
Ever.
you didn't
Ever.
release your top picks.
Now,
Why
I
not?
have updated them in the past.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
on a... I thought you wanted a high five.
No, I just want to say something.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm an angry seaman. I'm an angry seaman.
Go wash your hands then.
Are we going to talk about it?
Keep going then. Why are you angry?
Because last week I just naturally felt like going Ablett. Didn't want to go against the brand.
Look what I've done to him.
You should do worse than that to him. He should be on a spit roast, that damn pig. Honestly, I know. Over the 2 weeks where he had a break, now the Pirate, you can't be expected to work this out. He must have just been on the gas. He looked that heavy. He did look like a pig.
Roy, that's where you're wrong. I can work it out.
Yeah.
He has been on the gas, and I've muzzled him for about. He's gone AA.
All right, thanks.
Very
Sorry,
rarely
just
do
wanted
I
to get
throw
that
the
off
pig.
my chest.
Very
I
rarely
just
do I
wanted to get
throw
that
the
off my
pig.
chest.
73 last week, but don't forget, people are going, oh, he's done Swan never
No.
again on the captain list. Don't forget, before that, he's gone 3 130 plus games.
He's just got to get back in that high.
Early
altitude,
this
though.
year, he played Carlton.
Yeah.
And he had 117 on him. He's actually had 8 straight 100 plus games on him.
Right.
So it's pretty good.
Yeah,
But
okay,
however,
I'm
that
sorry.
117,
Just needed to get that off
that
my chest.
117 is his highest in his last 6.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be massive. So he's out of the top 5 before that comes up.
So he's out of the 5.
He's out of the top 5.
Wow.
The reason you can't trust Buckley.
No.
No.
We can't trust what Buckley's going to do with him. And even before he was getting those 130 games, it was unpredictable.
It was.
The amount of times he spent in the forward line was just ridiculous.
It was.
And that's when Swanee would come out and say, he got like heaps of touches. Oh, because I'm finally getting played where I want to play. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, geez, Swanee, keep your mouth
Yeah,
shut.
yes, exactly right.
Don't put your hoof
He
in it.
basically played the whole second half forward.
Yeah,
It was
and
horrendous.
scored better than what he did in the midfield.
Oh, goodness.
So anyway, guys to consider this week before he chucks it up. No, bugger it. Let's go straight to Ablett. I'm concerned. I am very concerned about Ablett. And as I said before, Rains is named. And as I said in my article, Gary Ablett will not be my number 1 this week.
It fascinates me because last week when I saw Swanee score, I just thought, why do I ever just go away from Gary?
All right. Last week, he had 109. These are the good things in Ablett's favour. 109. That's his lowest score in his last 11 games.
I'll take that.
Right? It's awesome in his
Yeah.
last 11, right?
Yeah.
Rains is back for a reason. Rains has been omitted. He's not injured. He's obviously been training. He's fully fit, ready to go. He's been out for 2 weeks. Ablett turns up at the Gabba. Rainsy, come on, mate. It's your time to shine.
Why don't you go to Dion Prestia?
He will not go to Dion Prestia. No. Ablett has averaged over the last couple of years probably around about the 125 mark. Against Rains, he averages 107. Out of the 5 times he has played against the Lions, Rains has tagged him every single time.
Right.
1 So he's played them 5 times. One of those scores is over 110.
Are you serious?
No shit. It is nasty.
So it's a concern. Okay.
Big concern. Rains is the best tagger of Gary Ablett in the game. He'll still score on Crowley. He'll still score on Nick Lower and any other retard you want to throw at him. But Rains is the best tagger of Gary Ablett. If it was at Metricon,
Yep.
I would be leaning towards Gary. He's back again at the Gamma. Earlier this year, he only had 105 on them, and that was with 9 tackles and only 27 touches. If Gary had 4 tackles that game, he would have scored 85 points.
Right.
Now I've got your attention, don't
You
I?
do. You actually do.
Look, no joke. If you still want to go, not Rains,
Yes.
don't pick him. Don't pick Rains, you silly crazy bastard. Look, if you want to go Ablett, it's still a good pick. It's still a good pick. He's going to score you 100. Couple of guys I like ahead of him, though.
Ahead of him.
Ryan O'Keefe.
The Rock.
Ryan O'Keefe. Averaging 125 in his last 3.
Yep.
And his last 2 scores against Melbourne,
Oh.
116, 119, right? He's already scored a 136 at the MCG this year. And please don't forget that Tom Liberatore had 144, Ryan Griffin 136 on Melbourne. Everyone scores on Melbourne, and that's in a game they lost, right?
Wow. Yes.
Ryan Griffin, don't forget him either.
He's in attack dog mode.
In attack
isn't
dog
he?
mode. 136 last week against Melbourne, averaging 138 in his last 4. Former line, we'll get in there, and he plays against GWS, who he had 124 on last year at Manuka Oval.
Hey, you know what? I can't. It's amazing that I
Yeah.
say this, but I cannot help but be concerned at some of the success GWS have tagging
Big
players.
time.
Yeah, they are good.
Big time.
It's a real worry. isn't it?
It's been a focus for them.
Yeah.
And they've gone out and done it. Like you think, Birchall, for example.
Yeah.
I know. It was
Oh,
a
Joe
back line.
Watson.
Joe Watson,
Gets
Joe,
signed.
for example. Now, the thing with attack dogs, the concern that I had when I had got him in and couldn't get him out is that in the past he has been very taggable. At
Yeah.
Very
big
bad
time.
scores. The last
They can't
month,
touch him.
the last month he has broken those
Yep.
shackles. GWS do a good job of it. There's no Boyd. There's that main ball winner. They can
Yeah.
put all their attention into him.
So the Boyd out, that would have to be a little bit concerning.
A little bit concerning.
Not because Boyd
Not because
would take
he-
away that, but
No,
the support
because he
that
gets
he would
him.
give. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which just eases the pressure of another tag.
And he'll bang someone's body.
Look, and let's not forget, Barlow's back in. He's been in ripping form.
That might do that.
The only concern I have with I heard that. You don't need to be doing that. I'm in my bloody zone here.
yeah,
Right,
let him go.
Barlow back in. Don't forget, averaging 126
Yeah.
in those 5 games, including where he busted his jaw. Only concern is there is I just don't like getting guys back from an injury. So Barlow does make the top 5, but he sits right at the bottom. Dog, I think it's time to present it.
All right.
Present it.
Are we
Show
ready?
them what we're doing, or what I'm doing.
Oh
That is
my-
how it sits.
That is a new graphic because Rock's in
Rock.
there.
Look, I tell you what.
Look at the old man.
Look, he's not old. He's fine.
Oh my
Ryan O'Keefe
goodness.
against Melbourne is going to be bloody massive. I'll guarantee you that right now. At the MCG, might be a little drizzly, loves a tackle.
Oh, yeah.
He'll have 30 touches, 10 tackles, and he will carve them up big time. Just like everyone else has done who's played Melbourne.
That is true.
Can I give you another guy that I
Yeah.
like on that graphic? Kieran Jack. He had 128 last year on Melbourne.
Oh, goodness.
And look, he's had a ripping year. I think he's averaging like 105 or something. God, he's going to clock him up as well.
He will, won't he?
You've got to have him in. Look, he had 86 last week, which is his second worst score for the year. But leading into that, he's pretty much had a straight line of 100. So I reckon. Look,
He
it
looks
is-
like Rock as well, so he might get
They
some of his
all look
points.
like Rock.
Oh, let's hope so.
They all look like Rock. They all do.
There's
Anyway,
about 8 of them.
I can. Bird, Handlebury. We can go all day. Anyway,
We could.
Mitchell even looks like
Oh, he
bloody
does.
Rock.
He does.
Anyway, yes, it's a little out there, but I just if Rains was not named, Gaz would be number 1.
Yeah.
God, it's going to be interesting sitting here.
Tell you
Well,
what,
are you
no
gonna
one
put up
owns
a
Rock
poll?
either.
Am I going to put up a poll?
Yeah.
I've already got one. Yeah, no, I will put up a poll.
Because it would be interesting to see, because last week people did go against you, I think, for one of the first times ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This it will not look pretty though. It will not look pretty because no one owns Rock.
Well, no
Yeah.
one owns Ryan O'Keefe.
Yeah.
Like, the numbers are going to be down. Ablett's numbers, and I was writing my article, Gary Ablett will be the most selected captain this week by a mile. Because if you went Swan last week, as we did, and you just said a moment ago, you were like, "Bugger that, I'm not doing that again, I'm going Gaz." There's like 90% of people who went Swan last week are doing that. My concern is, feel the reins, boom tish, it's going to be tough. And I may eat my words when I'm sitting on a panel in Western Australia and
Next
everyone's
week.
going, "Oh, Calvin, you're a moron," maybe, and throwing stubbies at me as I'm ducking. But
Yeah, right.
but
This is
I am
interesting.
extremely confident that Ryan O'Keefe will outscore Gary this week, and I'm going to say by a fair bit.
Really?
Okay. Well, high risk, high reward for me as far as I'm concerned, because usually when Swanee gets a big score or Ablett, everyone's with me anyway. I'm out on my own here.
Yep.
That's what I'm feeling like.
Well, the thing is this. I'm a rock owner. You're
Yep.
a rock owner.
Yeah,
You've got the top three.
I do.
You've got the top three, right? You've got one of the top three,
Yep.
and I have two of the top three.
This is awkward.
Isn't it? Jesus Christ.
So it's
I
gonna be
always back
Gary
in.
for me.
Once my graphic is made, usually I don't like making other ones. I will lock in Ryan O'Keefe as my captain this week, and Gary will be my vice because I don't have Ryan O'Keefe. Troy.
You don't have
Oh,
attack dog.
I don't have attack dog.
Yeah. I borderline reluctantly going away from Gaz to chase this score. I'm going to
Yeah!
I'm going rock
You'll be-
attack dog.
You
1-2.
boy.
Actually, no. When I've got captaincy on attack dog, puts my projection up to 2-4.
I saw that. Yeah.
I might.
2-4, that's massive.
Dog.
I'll be going rock.
Good. And
God.
we might have beers together and just celebrate. Dog.
Well, I'm going to have to go Gaz, I think, because I've got to toe the company line with going whatever Calvin's got the highest pick. But,
Yeah.
Hey,
geez,
look,
maybe
you know
I'll
how
try to
I
get in rock.
You know, how I got rid of the pig.
You've got the rock.
I have. I've got a rock out of your garden.
Have we got rock cam?
I don't know if rock cam works. Is that a camera? Will
Uh,
that work?
that will work. Hang on. Pig cam. He's looking at rock.
Oh,
There it is.
it's a standoff.
Jeez, we've gone a long way on D2 talk, haven't we? All right, well,
yeah, so
I don't
I'm
have
gonna
any
have
more
to-
to say than that, dog, because I tell you what, I am extremely confident. Look, this stuff just doesn't happen overnight.
No, it doesn't.
Days
And
and days of research. I think I can throw it away now. Yep, nothing else to
that
say.
was really interesting. Thanks
It was.
for
No
that.
worries.
I enjoyed
Thanks.
it. Yeah.
No
The only thing I worry about
Uh-oh.
for you, Roy,
Oh, no.
if rock does fail,
Yeah.
we're going to WA. You're going to be wearing the green vest in a pub. Ouch.
Can I just say,
I don't want to wear
because
that.
we're packing light,
I don't want to
because
wear
we're
that.
just packing light, I say no green vest has to travel.
Yeah. I'd say
Workwear
that.
Hub will pull out of their sponsorship.
I'll wear my jacket. Oh,
I'll
it's
ride
too
on
hot
it.
over there though.
Jesus.
Oh, we're wearing it.
It is.
No,
it is,
you wear it without a t-shirt on.
Yeah, right.
Do it.
It is Twitter time, and a few people have tweeted us through at hashtag DT Talk Live. And the big issues are, and I'm not going to put up any tweets because these are the ones that are coming through. Number one, Matthew Boyd. Who do we get in for him?
That's not my first priority. My first priority is what do I do with bloody Burgoyne? Burgoyne is gone for me, and I am chasing.
Awesome. Let's talk
Wait up,
about
wait up.
oh,
No.
sorry.
Therefore, I'm chasing Ibbotson. So it's basically what I've got left in the bank.
Yeah,
That's where I'm
okay.
going.
So you just went, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me at the moment, it's Kieran Jack.
Right.
Kieran Jack, nice hit this week against Melbourne. I think he's got GWS next week. So he's going to be good over the next couple. But if I had a choice,
Oh,
I guess
yeah.
that's what the question was.
Yeah.
Barlow. I'd be going back to Barlow.
Would you go him? Okay, this is the next question then. Would you go him over bloody number one, Rock?
Oh, that is
Because
hardcore.
I think I would go Rock over Barlow.
I didn't want the secret to get out. Yes, I'd go right. No, look, how can you go against Barlow averaging 126
Because
in
he's
his
coming
last
back from
five?
a facial.
But his last
fracture.
five, like, and he's back at Patterson's, where he actually scores well.
Put him at number one then.
Yeah, but he's got a facial break.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, so which one does he
Crazy pirate.
Which one do you do?
I would go Rock because he's got Melbourne and then he's got GWS, and I honestly think
Jeez, ooh.
that, and I honestly think that he will be good in those two. And this would turn into one of those little bloody bridging trade things, and you might be able to get Barlow.
You know
back
what?
in a
If they
couple
get
of
in
weeks.
rock, you're not just getting in one rock.
You're getting two this
You're
week.
getting two rocks.
And it's bloody hard rock.
It is. I'm going Barlow. Boyd to Barlow. I think it's the most sensible move.
What about attack dogs? Straight across to his mate, his teammate.
No,
Exy.
no. I like.
Costs you a little bit more, does it?
He's expensive.
All these guys are actually, but I like. I like Barlow over attack dogs personally.
Yeah, rock on.
All right, so in the back line, the next big one is obviously getting in Clisby. He is the most traded in player this week. What player would you be getting rid of to get him? Now, obviously, it would be one of our rookie defenders.
Yeah.
So is it just simple to go, Jackson Thurlow, but you only make about 90 grand, I think, out of that one?
Yeah,
or
good
do you,
question.
if you've got both Goods and Flostone,
Yeah.
do you look at getting them just to get that more cash? What do you think?
I think I would go. Oh, this is a very tough call. You might as well chase the cash if it leaves Thurlow as your very last man, and you can keep one of those other two as your, the one you would actually want an emergency score out of. I think I would keep. Vlosten has a consistently higher ceiling.
Yep.
You don't get as much money from that trade. I'm getting rid of Goods. I'm keeping Vlosten. I'm not worrying about his cash fluctuation. He is set as that guy that can score you 90 as emergency. I'd say get rid of Goods.
Look, and don't be afraid to throw away your last emergency.
Yep.
We're getting very close to that run home. Buys are gone. When this year have you needed your second emergency? Never. Don't be afraid, and I'm in the mode at the moment, I'll start dumping those guys for absolute bunnies if need be.
Who do you reckon there?
Well, it's kind of no-brainer to go get rid of Jacko Thurlow, and that's a bit old school D team. But I think if I had those other guys sitting there, I'd just have to get rid of one of those. Now, the next concern would be, what if you only had one of them and you were playing Turlich on the ground? Would you get rid of a Goods or a Flostone? And this is actually my position that I'm in.
Yeah.
Get rid of one of those guys, and then still have Thurlow there at number 8 defender, and now have Clisby as my emergency.
Yes, I would do that.
You'd still do that?
Yeah.
I would agree.
All right, so with Turlich there as my 6th defender.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Ooh, right, because there is good cash, and that's
For
the
the
thing.
time
There is
being,
good
that's
cash.
quite good.
There is good cash, and we're going to have enough trades and cash floating around to patch up if that fails.
Yeah.
And it's never going to fail that much.
No, it's not. And especially, and probably my thoughts in some of this too, is that next week, what do we all need to do if we traded him?
Get
Get Stevie J back.
Stevie J back.
And
ASAP.
getting that cash could let you get rid of a Rocky onto your bench.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
upgrade like a MacArthur, for example,
Yep.
to Stevie J, rather than just going like my sideways freaking retarded trade of old mate bloody Travis Cloak was a failure, so I could still go Cloak to him.
He'll get you back. He'll get you back.
But yeah, so
it's interesting. Before Boyd was injured, that is what I was going to do. A downgrade that would leave me mega cashed up.
Yep.
One upgrade, but then plenty of cash to get Stevie J next week. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to do a traditional upgrade next week now.
All right.
Yeah. If you were looking at a double downgrade this week, there might be a couple of other options there. What do you reckon in the midfield? Would we go with either the Bulldogs guy, what was his name?
Is that Hunter?
Hunter, yep.
Diddly-dee.
Diddly dee.
Or would you go with Mackenzie from North Melbourne? Which guy would you choose out of those two?
Mackenzie. You talked him up on the podcast enough that got me
His
really
ceiling
excited.
looks a bit better.
It
Yeah,
does.
I
A lot
would
better.
be taking him. I
Yeah.
think you can get a fair bit of coin in your bank.
Yeah, I'd probably
Yep.
go
And
Mackenzie.
it probably goes down to that thing too. He would probably end up as your 10th midfielder, so that might be another good reason to get some cash if that works for you.
Yep.
All right, basically the questions now. That's been DT Talk Live for round 15.
Now, what's happening next week, though?
What
Jolt
is
my
happening
memory.
next week?
Jolt me, dog.
It
Jolt
is
me.
round 16, and I saw it on TV before. It is multicultural round.
Yep,
Yes.
awesome.
And we're going to get some culture ourselves.
We are.
Prepare that one. That one just came in my head.
Well
just
Did it really just pop into your head
yeah,
then?
we're going to get some culture. We are
Bloody
heading over to WA. We're heading to Perth.
Cannot wait.
And there are the details. We'll be live in Perth on Thursday, the 11th of July. You can find more details at dreamteamtalk.com/on tour. There's a page there which has got some info there. You can click on the picture and it'll take you to the Facebook thing, which I think at this stage there's about 120 people.
And I'm going to say this is
Hope it's a
the
big
biggest
pub.
DT gathering
ever.
in the history of the world.
It could be a Guinness World Record.
It
I'm
could
gonna ring
be.
them. It could. It's going to be massive. It's going to be a huge piss up. Get down there. It's going to be awesome.
So yeah, at 43 below,
So excited.
in Western Australian time, so Perth time there, I think we'll probably start the live show at about 7:30. It
Holy
sounds
hell, that's
like.
going to confuse me.
So 7:30 over there, which is for people back home or people on the eastern seaboard, you'll be watching at 9:30. The replay will go up if that's too late for you.
Go to bed. They're not in bed at 9:30.
Hang on.
Well, you might.
Is my iPhone going to automatically change, or do I have to try to change it?
I think
I
it
think
just
it automatically
does
does it. So
It's like a robot.
hopefully you'll be right. Yeah, so that is very exciting. We cannot wait to make that happen.
Yep.
So that's next week. If you are in Perth or if you're even hundreds of kilometres away, make the trip there. It's going to be bloody
Well, there's
fun.
guys coming over. There's guys doing trips, isn't there?
Yeah.
There is.
It has to be
Dedicated
from at least 2
DT
suburbs
talkers.
away.
Yep.
So that's in the city, 43 below. Look it up, 43below.com.au is the website for that. Great stuff. All the boys will be there, so you can meet the cool people like T Better,
T-Bet.
Jepper,
T-Bet,
Jep Dog.
Dog.
Look, Lefty and his bloody
Left
left fielders,
Dog.
and he might tell us who is in the vest and all that sort of stuff. Heaps of people will be
Some
there.
of the best riders going around.
Yeah.
Matt with his knee jerk, and he'll probably before a
Jerky.
before a game's even been played, I reckon he might even say something. He'd
Yep.
be unhappy about something. So that is
That'd be good.
what it is. We're over there for the Derby. Derby.
Derby,
people,
Derby,
that is
Derby,
correct. Derby. So we're over there for that. On the Saturday Arvo, keep tuned to our Twitter or whatever, and we'll be finding somewhere to have a beer to watch those Saturday afternoon
Yeah,
games.
why not?
And that will be very, very fun. So that's it for this week, boys. Sign us off.
All right, guys. Good luck this week.
Go Rock.